Delarite, my MVVs, welcome. Delarite, something dramatic happened recently again, and if you have been following the royal happenings in Ile-Ife, you will know that things have been tense. Our dear Ebony, a woman of deep tradition and culture, broke down in tears again after the Ooni of Ife instructed her to read about the woman who vanished, the lost Olori who mysteriously disappeared after a battle with the gods over her son's place. They said something like this has happened in the palace before, as in it has happened. There was a stubborn woman who was flexing muscles, flexing bum with the gods over the place of her son. Is it not, nature that puts your son in a place? Is it you that put yourself in a place? Now, if you have been wondering who was this woman, why is her story so important, and what exactly is happening that made the Oni bring that up, in case you have not been following the trend, you know that there have been this superiority, fight between Ebony's son and our dear Tadenikawo. Now, the fight is not between Ebony and Olori Naomi. Lie. Naomi don't get time for that kind of nonsense now. She not get that kind of time. She's too busy doing what? She knows her place. See, one thing about Olori Naomi, I think is that thing that people call pride, is that Naomi knows her place. Naomi knows who she is. And Naomi knows where she is coming from. And most people misunderstand this, and that is why they say Naomi is proud, Naomi is this. Naomi is not a proud woman. She knows who she is, okay? So recently there have been this back and forth movement between Ebony trying to re-establish the place of her son. The fight even became more intense when that ritual was done last week or last 2 weeks. To present Tadenikawo to the gods, and when Ooni of Ife chose to go to Oyotunji with Tadenikawo rather than Ebony. Ebony was hoping that, Ooni would go with her and the boy, okay? That did not happen. Only recently, they said there were some praise singers who came to the palace, and they were praising and calling Ebony's boy the real blue blood and all of that. It's been a whole back and forth. The videos are there. That's if the story is true. Now, they said Ebony was even very sick after that event, such that she landed in the hospital, after that event. Now, Ooni of Ife, who is very, very upset, has asked Ebony to go and read the untold story of the lost Olori. Now, what that story is about, they said long ago in the sacred corridors of the Oni's palace, where was a queen, a powerful Olori, known for her strength, wisdom, and love for her son. She wasn't just any Olori. She was a woman who, defied tradition, who fought against forces seen and unseen for what she believed was her son's birthright. But as we all know, the palace is not just an ordinary place. It is a spiritual realm governed by powerful deities and ancient laws, okay? This Olori stood against the gods, against the forces that had long ruled the palace, demanding that her son be given his rightful place. But something happened, something no one expected. One night she entered her chambers and was never seen again. No one knows if she disappeared into the air, if she was taken by the gods, or if something even more sinister happened. But her story became a warning, a legend whispered from generation to generation. Now, fast forward to today, and we see, Ebony, deeply rooted in tradition, finding herself in a situation that mirrors that of the lost Olori. Delarite, imagine being told to read about a queen who, stood her grounds only to vanish without a trace. Imagine realizing that your current battle, your struggle, and your fight for relevance in the palace are easily similar to what happened before. The weight of that history, the fear of repeating a tragic fate, and the emotion of knowing the gods are watching is enough to break even the strongest woman down. Ebony has always been known as the Olori who embraces tradition, who walks in the sacred ways, who understands the spiritual forces at play in the palace. But even she is not immune to the realities of being in the royal household. Did she cry because she fears for herself? Does she feel she is being warned? Or is this a sign that history is repeating itself? And then Della writes, there is Ebony, another strong woman, another queen who refuses to be silent, just like the lost Olori, just like Ebony is challenging the status quo, standing her ground, demanding what she believes is rightfully her. How can she believe that her son should have a better place than Tadenikawo? Tadenikawo is the first son of the Ooni of Ife. We were all here when Olori Naomi gave birth to that boy. The boy was so highly celebrated, and nobody has had the audacity to contest that position until God blessed you with a child. What is supposed to be a blessing has become another big problem. Why are you doing this is a question a lot of people are asking. Okay, they said, is Ebony being won by history? Is this just a coincidence, or is the palace showing us that no matter how much time passes, the forces that govern it remains the same? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of the royal family? Honestly, Dela writes, it is not a small thing that is going on in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. This woman, they said up until today, they have not seen the woman. They don't know where the woman entered. Whether the woman jumped into the spirit kingdom like Lisa B, nobody knows. Okay, because she thought that she had grown. She's got muscles. She could fight with the gods. Ooni of Ife has pointed fingers towards that direction for Ebony. And they said she broke down in tears when Ooni was telling her, because she already knows that story in the, history of Ile Ife, that she should be very careful. When a child thinks say in teeth don't grow, it won't bite bone. Make you no forget say children bone and teeth they sabi crack. They did them. They reach anything they don't crack. That is what they said the Ooni of Ife is warning Ebony about, because I don't see how a person who claims to know the tradition, a person who claims to know everything that much, will be fighting, as in trying to fight against the gods, because that is exactly what Ebony is doing. And Ooni is saying, be very careful. Do not say I have not warned you, because you don't have the capacity, you don't have what it takes to fight with the gods. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media. I'll bring you more update and should not be seen as fact.